There is a specific kind of psychological torture that nobody talks about honestly, the specific, daily, quietly consuming uncertainty of sitting in silence and wondering whether the silence on the other side is deliberate, whether she is doing what you are doing, whether she is sitting with her own phone, her own thoughts, her own version of the same question you cannot stop asking. Is he waiting for me to reach out first? That question, and the specific circular dignity-eroding loop it creates, is one of the most psychologically expensive places a man can live. And today, with the help of Stoic philosophy, we are going to get you out of it. Like and subscribe to Stoic Blessing. We show up every week for the man doing the hard work. Let's get into it. The first thing to understand is why the waiting for her to break question is so psychologically consuming. Because naming the mechanism is the first step to getting free from it. The question is consuming because it is unanswerable from your current position, and unanswerable questions directed at situations outside your control are one of the most reliable sources of sustained psychological suffering available in human experience. You cannot know whether she is waiting for you to reach out first. You have no access to her internal state. You have no reliable signal that distinguishes deliberate silence as strategy from genuine moved-onness. And yet the mind keeps asking the question, keeps generating scenarios, keeps running the analysis one more time as though the next iteration will produce the certainty the previous 1,000 did not. Marcus Aurelius wrote about this specific pattern, the mind's tendency to consume itself with questions that are not genuinely within its power to answer, and about the specific discipline required to redirect that energy from the unanswerable external question to the answerable internal one. The external question is she waiting for me to break first? That question is not yours to answer. It lives in her mind and her choices and her internal state, none of which are within your control. The internal question is, am I living today in accordance with the man I have decided to be? That question is entirely yours, and the man who genuinely redirects his energy from the first question to the second is no longer living in the psychological torture of the unanswerable. He is living in the specific, grounded, daily verifiable reality of his own choices. Comment below, I focus on what's mine, if you finally stopped trying to answer a question that was never yours to answer. Here is the honest Stoic accounting of what the question itself is revealing, because the question is not just a source of suffering, it is information. Specifically, it is information about where your sense of worth and your sense of direction are currently located. A man whose sense of himself is genuinely, solidly, daily, verifiably located in his own character, in his own choices, his own growth, his own daily practice of becoming the man he has decided to be, is not consumed by the question of whether she is waiting for him to reach out first, not because he does not care, but because the answer to that question, whatever it is, does not alter the fundamental reality of his own inner life. Whether she is waiting or not waiting, whether she reaches out tomorrow or never, does not change what he is building or why he is building it. Epictetus was direct about this. He taught that the man who is genuinely free is the man who has genuinely relocated his sense of what matters from the territory of other people's choices to the territory of his own. Not as an affirmation, as a daily, practiced, lived reality. The consuming quality of the "is she waiting" question is diagnostic. It is telling you that a significant portion of your sense of direction and your sense of meaning is still organized around her potential choice rather than around your own actual choices. That is not a character flaw. It is the specific, honest information that this period is providing about where the work most needs to happen. And that work, the genuine, daily, unglamorous work of relocating your sense of direction from her potential reach to your own actual building, is exactly what this video is pointing toward. Comment below, "My direction is mine," if the question finally stopped mattering the moment you had something worth building toward. Now the Stoic demand, the central one and the most important one. Whatever she is or is not doing, the answer to the question of what you should do next is the same. You should be living your life. fully, genuinely, not as a performance of someone who has moved on, not as the strategic deployment of a busy, fulfilled existence designed to communicate something to someone who may or may not be watching. Actually, genuinely, daily invested living of the life that is yours to live. Your work, your body, your craft, your inner life. The specific, daily compounding investment in the man you have decided to become. That investment, made genuinely rather than strategically, for yourself rather than for the impression it creates, is the only activity that produces something worth having, regardless of what she is or is not doing on the other side of the silence. Marcus Aurelius described this as the practice of confining yourself to the present, not the imagined future where she has or has not reached out, not the replayed past where the dynamic made more sense, but the actual present, happening right now reality of your own daily life and your own daily choices. The present is where your energy has genuine leverage, where your choices produce genuine results, where the man you are becoming is actually being built rather than merely imagined. Confining yourself to the present, genuinely, daily, as a practiced orientation rather than a one-time decision, is the specific, practical Stoic answer to the question of what to do while you are wondering whether she is waiting for you to reach out first. Live today, fully, as though the answer to that question is irrelevant to the quality of how this day goes. Because it is. Because it was always meant to be. Comment below, I live today fully, if you've decided that the answer to her question doesn't change what you do with this day. Let's talk about what actually happens when you genuinely stop being organized around the question. When you genuinely, functionally, daily practiced stop making "is she waiting" the primary variable in your inner life. What happens is not what most people expect. Most people expect the relief of not thinking about it. What actually happens is something more profound than relief. What happens is that your life starts to become genuinely interesting to you again. Not as a distraction from the question, as the actual genuine absorbing reality of a man who is fully present in his own existence rather than hovering anxiously at the edge of someone else's potential decision. The work becomes more absorbing, the growth becomes more visible, the relationships that were always actually in your life, the ones that were choosing you daily while your attention was elsewhere, become more present and more nourishing. The man who was consuming himself with the unanswerable question discovers in the specific and irreplaceable way that only genuine redirection produces that his life was always more worth being present in than the question was worth asking. Seneca wrote about this specific discovery, the discovery that the life you were putting on hold while you waited for a specific external condition to resolve was actually happening the whole time, regardless of your presence in it. Every day you spent organized around the question was a day your life was happening without your full investment. The work was there. The growth was possible. The specific, daily, compounding investment in your own becoming was available. The question was consuming the energy that all of it deserved. The moment the question loses its grip, genuinely, because you have found something more worthy of your attention, not strategically, because you have decided to perform indifference, is the moment your life reclaims the energy that was being spent on the unanswerable. And what that reclaimed energy builds, invested genuinely over the days and weeks and months of a life that is actually being lived, is the specific, permanent, unassailable answer to every question about your worth that the silence was generating. Comment below, my life reclaimed me, if getting genuinely absorbed in your own becoming was when everything finally shifted. Here is the honest conversation about when and whether to break the silence yourself, because this is the actual practical question underneath everything else in this video, and it deserves a direct, honest, Stoic answer rather than a philosophical deflection. The Stoic answer is not never reach out. The Stoic answer is not always wait for her to reach out first. The Stoic answer is this: reach out when and only when you can do so genuinely, from a place of actual self-possession, with zero attachment to the specific response you receive. Not from the accumulated pressure of the silence becoming unbearable, not from the strategic calculation that enough time has passed to make reaching out seem confident rather than desperate, not from the hope that the right message at the right moment will shift the dynamic in the direction you have been hoping for, from genuine, grounded, freely chosen expression of where you actually are and what you actually want to communicate, with the honest, internal pre-commitment that whatever response comes back, including no response, will be received from the same grounded place. If you cannot reach out from that place yet, if the outcome still matters more than the expression, if a non-response would feel worse than not reaching at all, if the message you are considering is still primarily designed to produce a specific reaction rather than to express something genuine, then you are not ready. And not being ready is not a failure. It is honest information. It is telling you that the work is not finished, that the inner citadel is still being built, that the silence has more to produce in you before it has finished producing it. Wait. Not because waiting is the strategy, because becoming genuinely ready to reach out from a place of actual self-possession is the work. And that work, unglamorous, daily, genuine, is always worth doing before the reaching. Comment below, I reach from strength or not at all, if you've learned the difference between reaching out and reaching from need. Here is what to do specifically, the concrete, practical, daily applied Stoic prescription for the man who is sitting in the silence right now and needs to know what the next hour looks like. Close the tab where you are analyzing whether her last social media activity suggests she is thinking about you. Put the phone in a different room for the next 2 hours. Open whatever represents your work, the project, the craft, the specific demanding thing that requires the best of you and returns something real. Invest in it, not as a distraction, as the genuine daily actually more important than the question activity that it is. Then do something physical. Move your body, not to look better, because your body is yours, and physical investment is the most immediate available reminder that you are a person with agency, with capacity, with the ability to choose and act and build, regardless of what anyone else is or is not doing. Then, at the end of the day, examine your choices honestly, not her choices, yours. Did you invest in what mattered? Did you show up for your own life? Did you make the day worth having lived, regardless of whether she reached out or whether the silence continued? And if the answer is yes, if the day had content and direction and genuine investment in your own becoming, notice that. Notice that the day was good without her reaching out. Notice that your sense of the day's worth did not actually depend on the resolution of the question you had been asking. Because that noticing, accumulated across days and weeks of days that were genuinely good without the resolution of the question, is the specific, lived, unassailable evidence that you are okay. That the question, however it eventually resolves, was never actually the primary thing. You were. You always were. Comment below, the day was good regardless, if you're finally having days that don't depend on her making a move to feel worth living. Let's address the scenario where she does reach out first, because it happens, and when it happens, it deserves to be received with the full clarity and the full grounded presence that the period of genuine investment in your own life was building. The man who has genuinely been living his own life, who has genuinely redirected his energy from the question to the building, does not respond to her reaching out with the specific rush of relief that immediately reveals how much he was waiting for exactly this. He does not feel the flood of vindication that wants to collapse everything he built in order to restore the previous dynamic as quickly as possible. He responds warmly, honestly, from the place the building produced, and he brings the specific, genuine, unhurried quality of a man who was actually elsewhere, in his own life, doing his own work, building his own thing, and who is now genuinely glad to be in contact, but not desperately relieved to be. That quality, the warm, present, genuinely unhurried quality of a man who was actually fine, is one of the most immediately felt and most rarely faked qualities in human interaction. She will feel it, not as a performance of having moved on, as the actual genuine daily built reality of a man who was living fully rather than waiting. And that reality, however subtle, however unannounced, is the most honest and most complete communication of everything the period of silence and genuine self-investment was producing, not because you performed it for her benefit, because you actually built it, and actually built things are felt immediately by anyone who encounters them. Comment below, she felt the difference, if the quality of how you showed up when she reached out said everything without you having to say a word. The final thing. She may be waiting for you to break the silence first. She may not be. She may be thinking about you. She may have moved on entirely. She may be somewhere in between, uncertain, processing, navigating her own version of the same questions you have been navigating. You do not know. You cannot know. And the specific Stoic, genuinely liberating truth is that it does not matter. Not because her choices are meaningless, but because your life, your actual, real, happening right now life, does not require her decision about whether to reach out in order to be worth fully inhabiting. Your work is worth investing in today, regardless of what she does. Your body is worth taking care of today, regardless of what she decides. Your craft, your inner life, your daily relationship with the man you have decided to become. All of it is worth your full investment today, with no dependence on the resolution of the question that has been consuming you. That is the Stoic answer to the question of what to do if she might be waiting for you to break the silence first. Live your life, fully, genuinely, without making her potential choice the condition under which you are willing to be fully present in your own existence. Because the man who lives his life fully, regardless of what she does, is the man who, if she does reach out, she finds to be genuinely more than she expected. And the man who lives his life fully, regardless of what she does, is also the man who, if she never reaches out, has not wasted a single day of his irreplaceable life, waiting for a permission that was never required. That is the answer. That is always the answer. Like and subscribe to Stoic Blessing. Stay grounded, stay whole, stay unbreakable.